Afternoon. It's man cave time. I'm just in the process of rearranging things in the man cave, so it's a bit of a mess. I'm in pride of place at the minute is me my e-bike, which may well figure in a video or two in a short while, but I'll give it some thought. I've one or two bits of feedback that say that people would watch it. I live in a lovely area and it's a great place for exploring by bike, particularly e-bike, because it makes the job easier. Anyway, what am I here to do today? Introduction to what has to be quite possibly certainly one of the shortest I've managed to do. It's less than 20 minutes. Having said that, depends how long it takes to do this introduction, I suppose. But I was on my way back from Northumberland the other week, and I went from east to west. Basically, there was a place I wanted to look at and show off through YouTube ever since I started, really. It's another place I worked at with a coach, Morecambe, which is not one of my regular places, admittedly, but Strathmore Hotel in Morecambe, which has gone through some changes, sadly enough. But either way, the site I visited and it really is called Sambo's Grave. I know there's words in this video that are really not PC, but I'm just repeating what I've read. I'm reading out word for word, and I hope you understand that. But I won't tell you too much about it. I want you to say it for yourself and make your own mind up. So have a look through it. It's quite poignant in so many ways, but it is a lovely little location as well, you know, so see what you think anyway. Thanks for clicking on my channel anyway, and yeah, see what you think. Let me know. Give us a thumbs up if you like, or subscribe. I'm getting there eventually. And always leave a comment. Like I've said before, I always take great pleasure in answering my comments. So, like I say, see what you think. Cheers. Well, welcome back everybody. This is a bit of a different one for me. We're outside the Strathmore Hotel at Morecambe, of all places. The thing is, the Strathmore was one of the hotels, or as I've said in the past, one of the hotels I used to work at occasionally with the coach. And it looks like it's a hostel now. It never reopened as a hotel after COVID apparently, but things change. Now I realise that I'm poaching really. I'm poaching on the patches of Ian Hughes and Peter, Lane's Explorer, but this is something I've wanted to cover since, more or less, since I kicked off my little channel a couple of years or so ago, and I'm on my way back from the northeast, so I thought I'd take the opportunity. All will become clear in the fullness of time. This is the village of Overton. Nice little place. It's the last village before Sunderland, which is an even nicer little place. I just hope I haven't got the tide times wrong. Because to get to Sunderland and Sunderland Point, we have to cross what is effectively a causeway. And it gets a bit sandy across here. I've been across before. Oh, an egret. Can you see the white bird on over there? That's an egret. Lovely to see. They've been in the UK now for quite some years. Yes, I've been across here a bit on a bike before. It was when I was working at the Strathmore. See, I know that there's a Honda dealership locally, and it was when the Cross Tourer first came out, so it's a few years ago now. And I knew what I wanted to do, and one way of doing it was to take out a demonstrator. So I booked it all up beforehand. I got it all sorted out for my day off, my rest day, from the coach, and I made my way across to the bike shop, the Honda dealer, and picked up the Cross Tourer and came across here. And it's not as sandy today as it was that particular day. Because I came across here, I went and had a look what I wanted to look at, what I'd read about, and came back across on the bike, took it back, and it was, oh, you can see a little bit of sand now, but the bike was in a right mess. It was plastered with sand, and I very sheepishly parked outside the shop and went in and said, you haven't got a hose pipe anywhere, have you? No. Well, what do you want that for? I said, I just want to wash it off, leave it clean the way I picked it up. He said, well, we got somebody we pay to do that, don't worry about it. And I said, yes, but it's in a bit of a mess, to be honest. And he came out, he said, let's have a look. And he came outside and he looked at me and he said, with a daft grin, he said, you've been to Sunderland Point, haven't you? And I said, yes, sorry. He said, no, it's all right. So here's the parking space anyway. Got to do a little bit of walking now. Bear with me. Lovely situation. It is a lovely situation out here. yeah. Can you see the signpost? Give you a clue where we're going. This is a story that it surrounds the slave trade. Sadly enough. See, Sunderland, the village of Sunderland, if you can call it that, is it's on a little backwater off the Lune estuary, and we're crossing over now, over to the Lune estuary itself. It's only a matter of yards, but it's there. So now, as you can see, well, you can't see, that's the problem. Yeah, we're on the Lune estuary now, and believe it or not, the estuary is beyond the sand, the golden sand you can see in the middle distance. This beehive building wasn't here last time I was here. Maybe a bird hide. Have a look on the way back. But the object of our attention today is Sambo's grave. Sambo is long since become a derogatory term, really, to describe West Indians. But in actual fact, Sambo was a person. And the story goes that Sambo himself, he was a young boy, being brought into the slave trade on the face of it, over in the West Indies, and the slaves are all loaded onto a particular boat, packed in like sardines, no doubt. But Sambo, being so young, the skipper of the boat took him on as cabin boy, and poor little Sambo, he honestly believed that he'd escaped the slave trade and got himself a job for life. But as they came into the Lune estuary, he found out that he was to go into slavery with the rest of them, and he made good his getaway and basically starved himself to death because he couldn't face going into slavery. And this is a site of Sambo's grave. School kids locally come out here. They're brought out here on field trips to paint messages on the stones. That's Sambo's grave. It's a really touching little story. Here lies poor Sambo, a faithful Negro who, attending his master from the West Indies, died on his arrival at Sunderland. It doesn't tell the full story, but the reason he died was because he couldn't face going into slavery. He really thought he got a job for life as cabin boy on board the ship. Look at the beautiful pebbles, how they're painted. First time I saw this, I found it quite a touching sight, to be honest. Time for a photo. Well, having paid respects to poor old Sambo, we'll leave him in peace. It is a poignant sight, though. He actually died, like I said, he went on hunger strike, effectively, it's what we call it these days. And he died in one of the houses that we walked past that was formerly the Ship Inn. In the brew house that was attached to the Ship Inn. He just laid himself out on the boards and just refused sustenance, and he only lasted a few days before death took him. But that's poor old Sambo. Like I say, it's a word that's now would be considered to be a derogatory term, Sambo. And I know I read out the plaque, the word Negro is on there, which is totally un-PC, admittedly, but I'm only reading out what's been written. It's there. So we'll make our way back over to the bike, and that'll be it for this little one. But I'm just going to have a quick look at what the beehive's all about. I've got a funny feeling it says a bird hide. Because being the estuary, there'll be all sorts. Well, we've seen the egret already, which was a nice surprise. It's almost a camera obscura, but yes, I would say it serves its purpose as a bird hide. What am I seeing inside there? I think with that we'll switch off. I'll make my way back to the bike, and thanks for watching. Again, if you liked it, if you found it interesting, which I hope you did, just give us a thumbs up, and perhaps subscribe if you haven't already done so. Thanks for watching anyway. Cheers. Bye bye.